Hello, everybody. This is Veronica from Human Design Journey, and I have a very special guest today from the eastern side of the globe.
That's right.
Hi, Carmen. How are you?
Hello. Hello, Veronica. Hello, everyone. Yeah, my name is Carmen. I'm from Hong Kong.
Yay. And we were together doing our Living Your Design Guide program. So that's how we met. And I'm so happy to see another heretic over the seas, so to say.
Yeah, 5-1.
Yeah. So Carmen, how did you get to meet human design? How did it all come to you?
Yeah,
How did it seduce you?
Right. My story, I think it begins around 10 years ago. By that time, I think around 2012, around that time, there are many like new age and spiritual stuff that came into my world. But at that time, I was quite sick. I was not feeling very well physically. And one of my healer, her name is Sana, she told me that, well, why don't you look up human design? And then she just gave me the Jovian Archive website. Look it up, see what type you are, blah, blah, blah. And then after I got my graph, of course, I don't know anything about it. And then she told me a little bit about being, because I'm a projector. And then she told me about the fact that I have to wait for invitation. And that single one thing has just completely changed my point of view. Because before that, I was in an advertising business. On the resume, everyone asks you to be proactive. You should be self-initiative. That's like what we're looking for, So I never thought that wait for invitation is something that I should do. But then I realized that that's what sacrificed my health. And from that point on, my life completely changed. And then I get to study a little bit more about human design, and now here I am. So yeah, it's really just that one single strategy, one simple line, wait for invitation. That's very important for me to realize that I was always not using my projector aura to do things that benefits me or can help me more. So that's my little story about how I got to know human design. And yeah.
Well, that single word is able to change lives, right? The invitation to the projector, it's so important. And it's not the first time I hear the projectors reacting so home when they hear the word invitation. But actually there is also one, let's call it misunderstanding there, that while waiting for the invitation, you're not supposed to do anything and just
exactly.
Yeah, what do you say about that?
Absolutely. I mean, not only me, because now I'm also like a guide in teaching human design classes. Many of the projectors who are not, I would say, use the word awaken or realize the true meaning of wait for invitation, their first reaction would be really against it. Like, no, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to let something happen to me and I'm not taking charge of what's happening to me. I'm not going to wait. But then I will explain to them that it's actually not that you are not doing anything. While waiting, you are using your aura to attract the right stuff to invite you so that you are in the position or you're given the permission to shine and to fully to use the potential. But while you are waiting, you're not just doing nothing, waiting for someone to feed your mouth, and also wait for invitation. It's not like everything in life, oh, I'm not going to eat, I'm going to wait for invitation. It's not like that, right? It's like important stuff. And when you are doing like career changes, or maybe when you're falling in love, that kind of thing, you want to observe a little bit more. And also because I'm a 5-1, the one, I will build myself, build my foundation for me to shine so that people can see me, and then they will invite me. So that's how I am. I realize that's really important to me. And it's a lot more easier. It was like, it doesn't mean that a projector cannot get what they want. Before I know human design, I can get what I want. I can keep it, but it's really tiring. It's sacrificing my health. I can hold it, I can control it, but it's gonna make me sick. And when I learn the strategy to wait for invitation, then I'm using less energy to do the right thing, if you know what I'm saying. It's so much easier. It's so much more in peace with the flow of life. Instead of I'm grabbing on something, I'm not letting it go, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm really grateful that I have attracted human design into my world with my sickness. that's quite funny now that I say it, but yeah, I'm grateful for the sickness and human design, of course.
Mm. But this is so important, what you said, that it's not about doing nothing. It's for the important stuff in life that you need to get recognized and invited, and not get stuck in doing nothing, and as you said, not eating and stuff. But see, we know that for generators, manifesting generators and manifestors, once they start experimenting, they can quite fast see results in their life, just responding and informing. But for projectors and for reflectors, it takes a little bit sometimes longer, especially maybe if they're for the projector, if they're emotional. You are splenic. Did it take a long time for you to, you said you met it while you were sick, but did it take a long time for you to kind of get in your geometry, so to say, or it took longer for you to see that it actually works?
Before I met human design, I didn't trust my intuition. I always have it, but then I always doubt that it could help me to choose the right direction and stuff like that. But then I think that it took me a little while. But then along the way, I said that around 10 years ago, I started to get in touch with a lot of spiritual or new age knowledge, and I start to do meditations. And now I am a meditation coach as well. So that really helped me along the way of learning about my human design chart, that when I am fully tuned in with my inner self, then I will get to receive this intuition without the interruption of the mind saying, are you crazy, or the fears from whatever other centers. I can get like more in tune with my splenic messages. And it took me a while, but I am very lucky that I actually also doing meditation at the same time, so that I can keep myself really, I can train myself to be calm and to listen to the weakest, smallest voice behind my emotion and my mind. That little voice, I can now get in touch with it. So I'm lucky that I'm now very comfortable with my spleen, my splenic authority.
So where do you feel it in your body actually? And how do you feel it usually when it warns you about danger, or you also, when something is also healthy, you also have the feeling for that, or what is the exact?
It's a knowing. It's like usually it came out of nowhere. Like if something is coming to my mind that it's like in a sequence or in a logical way, I know that it's thinking. But when something just all of a sudden come up to my mind and it's not relevant to anything that I'm doing, I know that it's intuition. And of course, when I'm very calm, not that I was really hyper or really sad, whatever, that is how I engage with my intuition. And also I receive intuition when I meditate, when I actually do that. So that sometimes during that time, my intuition will come to me. But when you said that warning, touch wood, so far there's no like very severe accidents happen to me and stuff like that. But my spleen usually warns me about watch out, or something, time's up, time to go, that kind of thing. But yeah, so far not something that's really dangerous, not yet. So yeah, so that's how I am exploring my spleen. And I would have to say the spleen is so fast. It's it just came out. So that's how I identify my splenic awareness to my mental awareness, because it's so much slower, and it has to has a ground, it has to has a logical path to come up with the answer. But then splenic is like, there you go, something like that. Yeah.
And when you started your experiment, what do you say was the most the places which kind of blocked you from hearing your intuition? Like, was it your emotions or your mind? You have it defined?
Yeah, lots and lots of one thing, I think one major thing is that because my solar plexus, the emotion center, is completely empty. So sometimes I would want to please people or to avoid confronting people. And even when my intuition is saying something else, because I want to keep the peace with others, I will tend to give up my intuition. I think that's one of my major conditioning when I am dealing with my splenic awareness. In terms of mental, like my monkey mind, I'm working on it, and I think I'm getting better and better. But then when I am dealing with people in a relationship, or when I'm dealing with emotion, I think that's where I found the biggest obstacle. And I have to be really comfortable to say whatever I really truly have received from my spleen, and then to just follow that instead of oh, I feel guilty doing this, or oh, I feel that I shouldn't do this because that might upset you, that kind of thing. That's my biggest obstacle so far when I am using my splenic authority. And also, of course, my my roots, it's open. I mean, yeah, it's not defined. I tend to do too much, uh, burn myself, and not willing to listen to my body warning me to say, hey, stop, and that's it, time to sleep, that kind of thing. I knew that's bad, but it's a very bad habit. I, I, yeah, try to fight with that every night. Time to sleep, time to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, when we come to human design, we find out that only 30% of the people have a defined ego and willpower. So, but often we know that sometimes the not self of the open centers actually is the same for the defined centers as well.
Yeah.
Only it's not the point usually.
Mm.
And I rarely actually met in my life people with healthy ego, who are with defined ego, but with healthy ego. What would you say about this in your life? When human design came, did you become more in tune with your willpower, or it was just something natural there and it was never an issue?
I think before I learned human design, that's what I was using. It's my willpower to control everything, to make things happen. So before I study human design, it was like, well, I can get that, or I can do that. When I want something, I can get it, and I am able to get it. Then why wait for invitation, right? But then later on, I realized that you don't use your will. You don't burn your will as well. When you are using your will, it's and also my graph, there is only like one motor, and if I burned it, of course, it's not a good thing to do. And when you talk about bad ego, can you give me some example? Because I am an ego-defined person, so maybe I'm blind. I'm blind about like a bad ego. Can you give me some example, like the people that you have met?
Well, having, for instance, having people with defined ego having quite some issues with their self-esteem, or really beat down people. Like, I don't know if it's coming from their parents or just in an unhealthy way, according to me. I had a friend, and every time we would meet, she would exaggerate and push in the face of everybody how well she's doing and how good she is on the material realm, and also in every other possibility and stuff like that. And I didn't know about human design then, but people we were meeting, and we were like, why would she do that? And then when I saw later her chart, her body graph, and I was like, it's exactly the opposite. They say people with open ego are,
right.
not knowing their worth and needing to get from outside approval, because that's how it looked, that she was saying, oh, I'm doing so good, but you have to give me approval and recognize me, otherwise it's like it didn't happen or something like that. That's what I mean.
I see. For me, I have to admit that I am a confident person, and I'm quite proud that I am a confident person. And also, I'm competitive as well. I know that when I'm in an environment, I won't. I'm not showing that I'm really well, I'm better than you, but then in a way that I would let people know that I'm really capable as well, and I have the ability to do such and such, and I am competitive. So that didn't really bother me, because maybe I'm the one who's who's pushing people or giving people that feelings. But I think one thing that really helped me is that knowing that I am a projector, that I have to wait, and also I am not here to drive stuff. I am here to give guidance. So then it put me into a position that I'm more like, when you allow me to say something, or to show you how things are done, then I will do it. Otherwise, I won't, force it on you, or tell you that, oh, how well I'm doing, you should do the same thing, because the way that I'm doing something is the best way to do stuff. Because I know that, oh, I am a guide, I'm a projector, then I sort of like, I step back. I don't become so intrusive, maybe. So I think, yeah. But before I knew that I was a projector, I wasn't really not too egoistic, but I'm confident, I would say that. Yeah. But knowing that I'm a projector, that helps me to be even more not doing it, not exaggerating things, but doing just what I need to do, and become natural about it. And yeah, so that's how I'm using my will. And because I have the channel of 4426,
Surrender.
the surrender thing, I'm getting more and more comfortable in knowing what that means. To sell an idea, or a surface, or something that would, I think, that would help my tribe, when they want it from me. But then I know how to persuade you. I know how to give you confidence that, hey, this is really working for you, try this, that kind of thing. And I'm not a salesman, but because I was in the advertising agency, I used to sell ideas and do a lot of presentation, and that really helps me. And now that, because I am now in the I'm a body, mind, spirit coach, and also a consultant. When I'm doing these one-on-one consultation with my clients, it's also like selling, but not like I'm selling because I earn your money. Not that kind of thing, but it's like, I can see what you should listen, or what would benefit you, or what kind of guidance that can inspire you. And then I try to say it in a way that, please trust me, this may work, try that. I use my will in that way. And I think that it's quite effective when I use my will center to do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And did you notice that people can be a little bit more competitive around you? Try to prove you things?
Maybe, now that I never really thought about it, but now that you mentioned it, maybe it's just that I didn't realize that maybe people will try to be more, competitive when they're around. Maybe.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
come
But
around with your healthy ego there, and of course they will exaggerate, over exaggerate. You're really
okay.
confident in your presence.
Uh, but hey, I know one thing. I can really sense when someone is selling me stuff. I don't know if that's it's like you're selling me stuff. It's like you're trying to be friendly with me, but you're actually selling me stuff. I know that I don't know, it's just natural. Yeah. I don't know if that's my will center or whatever, but yeah. Or they're trying to push something to me and
Mhm.
ask me to trust them, then I sense it and see, okay, you're selling me, or you want me to, you want to gain my trust, you want me to trust you, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. Um, and can you tell us more about how human design on in your daily life mm, influences your daily life, maybe, or um, just something about the typical projector day in Hong Kong?
Hmm. Projector day in Hong Kong. Let me see. Day to day. Well, well, because of my occupation right now, I do a lot of teaching and coaching, and just recently I'm also teaching kids, high school kids and also elementary school kids about art and cultural stuff. So it's a lot of teaching every day for a projector. It's like yeah, so that's how I use it in my everyday life. Do you mean that, or you mean something that is more like a daily routine, that kind of thing?
Well, I mean both, like because it's to just to give opportunity to for people to peek in your behind the curtains life, on the second floor.
uh right, right, right. Right. What else I can think of?
Maybe you can tell us about also how you experienced the 5-1 aura work and the projector. um
um the one is definitely keep studying, studying, never give up. I wake up like, of course I'm doing the analyst training, human design. So, and it's Hong Kong time. It's 4:30 a.m. in the morning, and I have to wake up to do it. That's my one, and also I'm studying other knowledge as well. And also it's like American time, so I have to wake up in a.m., which is bad to my health. But I try to like limit that, yeah, not to study too much, right? But I'm a one. I like to have a very solid foundation before I can be a five, to reach out, and for being a five, I don't know, because you're also a 151, it's like people would naturally have a lot of expectations from you, or they sort of had an image or a fantasy about how you should be. And then when you are not, the real you is not exactly what they are thinking you should be, they will either be disappointed, or they think that it's not true, you're not like that kind of thing. I don't know if you have that experience, being as a five, that people are starting to
yeah, and also me having expectations as well. It goes both ways,
about others,
yeah,
right?
about others, because I think that the left angle people, because of their drive being the other, and we tend to forget that others are not like that, and sometimes it's
mm,
disappointing,
mm,
um, because you're so much more focused on the other and open to the other, and it's yeah, the motivation is different. Not talking, of course, about in terms of human design motivation, but it's yeah, um, for sure this was one of the biggest things for me, to realize those expectations and the projection field on me and not taking it as a burden so much. Just
Right.
relaxing in it and
Right.
having fun with it, actually. And
Yes.
on the other hand, a little bit relaxing on my expectations toward the others. So.
Right. Actually, one more thing. Do you find that you get to meet a lot of strangers in your life? Like for me, I have to work with a lot of not strangers, but I mean people that you won't keep in a project, like work with them for like a too long period of time. Like for example, when I meet my clients, it's just like maybe once in a while, or I get to see many different kinds of kids because I'm going to different schools to teach art and culture. So it's like one time I see you, you're the stranger of the day, and then hi, bye, and then next time I'll see other people. Like a 5-1, I'm not sure if you are experiencing that, but I find myself that I have to work with strangers, and I'm good with strangers because not everyone are good with, like, not strangers, but like not your little circle kind of everyday, family and stuff like that. Do you have the
Absolutely.
same feeling? Yeah, you have
Absolutely.
to do a lot of interview, right?
Yeah, but it's I would even say that I'm in my power when I'm with strangers. Because
Really?
I don't care. Like, take me as you wish, but when I'm with people who know me,
Mm-hmm.
um, I really feel the burden of the expectation. I feel the burden, and it can never. Um, I'm more shy with people I know.
Oh,
I feel
right,
sometimes putting barriers and uh,
right.
for close people even. Not many people are allowed to touch my soul. Very little people are allowed
Right,
there. But with
right.
strangers, I'm out there. They can touch my soul because I'm not gonna see them anymore, and they're just strangers. And I'm really open to
Right.
strangers. That's how
Mm,
I feel. Yeah.
right.
But with
Cool.
human design, I must say that I'm now very picky about who I spend my time with. And
Mm,
to be honest, for me, the whole online frenzy, which started to happen because of the circumstances the past 3 years, it has benefited me uh,
mm,
to not having to be and perform all the time live with
mm.
um, being out there. I have now more the possibility to
Right. Turn
be
inward,
behind the
right?
curtains. And when
Mm,
I meet people, I don't necessarily have to use or when for instance, when I have readings or stuff like that, I know it's much more powerful life, but I'm not willing
mm.
to give that anymore. I'm
Right,
very picky. I'm very picky.
right. Very
And how?
selective, right?
Yes, yeah, in a way, like, yeah. The more time passes, I'm so more sensitive and just mm,
Mm.
yeah. And how about you? You uh like to be in aura more, or
Uh, in aura
do you feel the
more. Can you?
difference? Like when because you said you work with a lot of clients
Oh,
online,
you mean in
also,
other people's aura? You mean? Oh,
yeah,
okay. I
yeah,
see what you mean.
online
Like
or in
offline.
aura, live or
Right, right, right.
online.
Well, definitely in person for me.
Mhm.
Because when that person is sitting right in front of me, I use my projectors penetrating that kind of focus on you so that you cannot run away from me, and then I will give you the guidance that you need to listen. Yeah. So when I'm doing the consultation. That's why I prefer to do it in Aura more than online, because I'm doing a lot of healing consultation, and people do run away from what they don't want to hear, or they will jump, like their mind will jump around, or to avoid a certain question, or a question to ask you something that I want you to answer me authentically. They will avoid that, and when they are sitting right in front of me, they can't do that. And when they get past that point, they feel relieved that, oh, okay, now you ask me, I really answer your question, and then now I get to know a little bit more about myself. And that's how I help them to to see something that they cannot see when they dodge or running away from their true feelings, something like that. So I prefer to work in Aura. Yeah. Online, it's harder for me to grab this attention, from my clients or student or whatever that person is. Yeah.
I love what you said. It's so like run away. You cannot run away from me when we're in person. Like spot on. I love that. Yeah.
But I only have a very the permission is short, right? It's just maybe 1 hour. I drill on you, and then the next hour, okay, I'm a stranger to you and you don't listen to me anymore, but that's fine. But it's just that during that very short time of period, I hope that I can be at help, or so. But I do realize that, like, before human design, I always thought that you gave me a ticket so that I can have permission to do certain things, or to be your friends or the consultant in your life. But then that ticket will expire. It's not like forever. And once I realize that, so that I will happily bless whoever that is leaving the consultation room or the interview or whatever, and then I'm at peace. That great. I love it. I did it, and we both had a very good time. And let's let it go. 5-1. Let's 5-1. Yeah. Let's move on to the next stranger. Stuff like that. And of course, because I have a open heart, right? I mean not heart, the G center. So it's like, okay, different directions, different friends, different love relationship, and then I'm now more graceful, and also more blessed about this kind of like a buffet of experience, and I don't hold on to just one thing, so that's I'm happy with that. And human design helped me to realize that, so that I feel it's like a relief. It's okay, life can be like that, right? So if you know what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I wonder, with you said you're coaching people and you work with children, and you use all of those instruments to be actually a guide. And that recognition, you said you were sick when you met human design, and it all changed. The recognition changed you, and how do you feel more sparkly now, more authentic? And if you do, would you say that it is because of what you found out, or because of experimenting with it? Because information is not power.
Right, of course, of course. It's definitely experiencing it and experimenting with it, because I've got all the abstract channels, so it's experiencing it, play with it. It's more important than learning it from the book. But the question you had before that was that I'm definitely becoming more authentic. I was a person who have a high self-esteem, but then now I'm more authentic to who I really am, even about the parts that I am not so good about, or my weakness. It's okay, that's me, right? So I think that's the part that human design helps me to be more authentic and proud of the areas that I'm not so posh or strong about. And even I think that the reason why I love human design so much is because of the fact that I remember Ra once said that something like, I don't remember the exact quotes, but it says that a real pain in life is that you're not living your true self. You're living your not self. It's like the ultimate pain of your life. And that's what I truly, truly, truly believe all the time. And then human design reconfirm that. And now I am trying to bring that message out to my clients, to my students, that whatever method or knowledge, spiritual knowledge or new age knowledge that I'm using, the same objective is to help people to get to know their core, to let their authentic self to shine, and to just acknowledge exactly as who they really are. And that's my job, everyday job, is to doing that, including teaching art and cultural lessons to kids. It's the same thing. And so I think that human design helps me to be my true self. At the same time, I am helping others to see the beautiful part about their true self. So yeah, I think if I have answered your question, yeah, that's how I feel about being authentic, and how human design is helping you to do that and to help others in doing that. Yeah.
You sparkle and shine, Carmen.
Really? Thank you. Thank you.
That's what I meant. Did you feel when this happened, or you have never lost that sparkle? Because that's what the projectors can lose. It's their sparkle and shine when they're not authentic. So
Oh, of course, of course. I would say that it's even more when a projector is being, because I'm always really true to who I am. But after I learned human design, I'm even more in tune with the true self. And of course, it will make me shine a little bit more, or even become a source of inspiration for others, maybe, if I put it that way.
a guiding
But
light.
yes, to a guiding light, or just an inspiration that, oh, life can be like that. Oh, life can be different. It's just that kind of inspiration.
Mm. Well, I cannot not ask you this question
Yes.
about being burned at the stake. Have you been burned at the stake, and how did you experience it? And is it always a bad feeling, or there's something to learn from it? For instance,
burn at stake, meaning that I am
like a
bringing
5-1, you know, people, you said people can be disappointed in you, but have you had the
Okay.
experience of really being burnt at the stake, which means to be just your reputation to be gone down the drain or something like that?
Oh.
Or you never experienced something like that?
um Not like disappointments, yes, from time to time, of course. But you mean a very big thing that
I can give
I
you an
don't
example
think.
with me.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had this very close friend, and we had disagreements, big
Mm,
disagreements. And then let's say we parted our ways. And
mhm,
then this person apparently was so angry with me that they went and they told every person that we both knew. Whenever they met them, they would
mm.
say super bad things about me and
Oh, okay.
stuff like that. And it was so vigilant, like this person was doing it like really for a very long time with a lot of people, and they would meet me and they would tell me those things, and I'm like,
Mm,
why? I wasn't, we had a disagreement, but I was not the person he was picturing me to be.
right, 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 right.
So it's just it's, I think it's quite a 5-1 thing. When
Mm,
they're disappointed in you, they are like, because the first is the positive projection, but when this turns around, ooh la la, it's it can, it can get dark. What people are
right.
willing, the length of what people are willing to go to harm you, it's just
Oh,
amazing.
wow. Right. Uh, I think so far, no, I haven't experienced something so intense yet. Or maybe I am too. Maybe I didn't know. Maybe it's just that I didn't know. I
Uh-huh.
didn't realize. Maybe, or
Yeah,
I maybe I focused on myself too much that I didn't know that people really dislike me or they're trying to say bad things about me. Maybe I did. I just didn't know. Maybe, but yeah. So far, I haven't found out
that's
any
great.
like
Okay,
thing
so you
like
haven't
that.
experienced the other side of the 5-1. Okay.
I haven't found out. Maybe it happened. I just didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, good to be oblivious.
Or actually something like because now I do a lot of YouTube live show because
Mhm.
I am, besides that I'm a human design guy, I'm also an astrologer. So I do a lot I study a lot of charts, natal charts. And I sometimes I have to broadcast and I talk about, the certain celebrities, astrology charts, and then the live comments sometimes can be very rude and, yeah, attacking you. Does that count? Is something like that? They
Sure,
will
yeah.
attack you and then say, "Oh, you said something really wrong," and then the ripples, and so that as a as a YouTuber or whatever, someone who speak on YouTube, yeah, I have to be really cautious about that and accept that there are all different kinds of people. Some people may buy whatever you say. Some people may be really against it. Just be open, and then however you think about me, it's fine because there's just so many different kinds of people in this world, and I will embrace the diversity. That you like me or you don't like me, it's fine. I'll just say whatever I need to say, and then whoever that needs that information, they will hear that. And you don't need to hear that, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So Maybe that's one example that I can give you.
And it's a great one, not to take a good advice as well, not to take things personal, because
It
you
will be
cannot
terrible.
get only the positive projection. Yeah. Well,
Exactly.
that's a good practical advice for fellow 5-1s.
Fellow 5-1s, yes.
Yeah. Is there something more that you would like to say, or
Mm,
perhaps ask, or give
I
us
think
your final, like, um to my fellow YouTubers, people who will watch this interview?
yes, of course. Just study your human design chart. No, it's really important to, like, instead of trying to change the circumstances around you or to be in charge of whatever happening to you, first of all, you will have to gain the full strength within you and to know exactly who you are. And I think that's the most important thing. Before you try to change the outside world, you go inward and to learn, because you will be, of course, you will be surprised at how many people do not actually know who they really are, or the authentic self, or their true potential. And then human design is just one of the tools that it's very effective and very fast, I would say. Very quickly you can know the basic about your design, and it's really helpful. It helped me. So the last thing I would like to say is that go study human design, learn more about it. Yeah, it will benefit you. Yeah, that's my final message here.
Okay, great. So find out who you are, guys. Not
Yes,
necessarily have to study it, but yeah, living your design, being authentic. Thank you, Carmen,
that's
for
right. Thank you so
um,
much. Thank you,
sharing your
Veronica.
wisdom with us, and
Thank you.
sharing who you are beyond
Yes,
the body graph.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay.
And Happy New Year. It's is that your first interview of 2023, or no? This is not the first one.
Yes, it is.
Yay.
For human
Is it?
design. Yes, for human design it is.
Yay! Yay! So Happy New Year.
Well, thank you, thank you. And when do you actually celebrate New Year?
Chinese New Year would be later this month. I think the 21st or something like that.
Uh-huh.
I don't
And
know.
the Ray
Yeah.
New Year is on the 22nd. So yeah,
Ah,
more New Year to come.
more New Year to come.
Yeah. Okay, bye for now. And speak to you soon.
All right. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.